Hello there internet, and welcome to my review of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I am your host Roo, and I can't wait to tell you more about this game. The only question is, do I really have to tell you about Ocarina of Time? Or to rephrase this, should I tell you about it again? I actually reviewed this game already, but that video is kinda crap. So why don't I put a fresh spin on it? Back to the first question. Do I really have to introduce you to Ocarina of Time? Everybody, their grandmother and their grandmother's dog know Ocarina of Time. To this day, people regard this as the best game in the Zelda series, and some even say that it's the best game ever. For example, if you are a stickler for numbers, at the time of this recording, Ocarina of Time is the only game with a 99-point score on Metacritic. It won tons of awards, sold over 7.8 million copies worldwide, and nowadays, some people still have problems with talking about it without creaming their pants. But is it really the best game in the Zelda series? It is definitely up there on my list, but I still think that A Link to the Past is better. But that's just my viewpoint. I'm not here to tell you what you should think, I'm here to be the internet funny man. I do have to give it credit though. Ocarina of Time is one of the most important games of all time. It was the first Zelda game to use 3D graphics. It was the first one to use a vast world filled with individual and interesting characters, and it certainly set a baseline for all the following Zelda games, and games in general. Before we get ourselves caught in a circle jerk, let's take a look at the timeless classic, Ocarina of Time. Timeless. Funny. I haven't even created a save game yet, and I'm already in full nostalgia mode. Just look at that start screen. The game itself opens up with the introduction of our main character, the young valiant lad Link, or Roo in my case. Roo lives in the small forest village of Kokiri, and recently he is haunted by nightmares. Nightmares of a young girl and a big mean olive. We get some exposition from this guy here, the village's guardian, the great Deku Tree. The Deku Tree sends the fairy Navi out to fetch Roo, and our adventuresome quest begins. Ah yes, Navi. The helpful little companion following us on our adventure. I know, a lot of people hate her for obvious reasons.
Listen! 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 Listen!
I don't think that hate is deserved. She just wants to help. And to me, she's just as integral to the game as our hero. But let's carry on. After a short introduction, Navi and I head out to the Deku Tree, and I also run into our friend Saria. Apparently, Kokiris are never aging elf-like creatures, and an important part of them growing up is them getting their own fairy. Well, guess I'm a man now. Before I go to the Deku Tree, let's have a look around in Kokiri village. People are generally nice here, and this guy is particularly nice to that stone.
Nice.
Some things never change. But there is one person that doesn't seem to like me, the village's boss Mido. Oh, he shares a name with a town in Link's adventure. Cool. Mido doesn't want to let us through to the Deku Tree unless we got a sword and shield. I decided to teach him a lesson by stealing his shit and sticking it to him after getting a sword and shield. So now I talk to the Deku Tree and he explains that he's cursed and slowly dying. I'm supposed to help him out by entering him and deal with the dangers inside. Yeah, I just have to go into the big sentient talking tree, who's also supposed to be my father. Ugh. And he wasn't lying. Things don't look good inside. No wonder he's feeling sick. There are evil insects all over the place. It's really cool to see those Zelda enemies come to life in 3D. We got the Spideys, the Skellies, and the flying pineapples? Okay. I also find some helpful items, like sticks I can use to set shit on fire, and the Deku Nuts, allowing me to stun enemies. Yeah, eat my nuts, you stupid wolf! And how could I forget? As it's tradition in Zelda games, every dungeon has its own special item. In the Deku Tree's case, it's the fairy slingshot. I just have to hold it in my hand to shoot my seed. Okay, whatever you say, game. I eventually reach the end of the dungeon and face off with the cause of all this trouble, the giant spider monster Goma. Her fight isn't too difficult, but I remember, back in the day, When I was first playing this game, I shat my pants seeing her for the first time. Just look at that creepy eye. Ugh. So Goma is dead, I get a nice heart container to upgrade my health, and it's time to get out of here. Who's in the mood for some backstory and world building? The Deku Tree goes on to tell me the story of this world's creation and the Triforce. We already talked about that in previous videos. He also explains that a wicked man from the desert cursed him. Wicked man from the desert? That doesn't sound racist at all. The Deku Tree now sends me out to the Hyrule Castle to find the Princess of Destiny to learn more. He also gives me the sacred Kokiri Emerald and dies. Maybe I shouldn't have been setting all those fires inside of him? Whoopsie. Alright, it's time for my big adventure. Let's leave my peaceful home and save the world. But first, Saria bids us goodbye, giving us a neat ocarina as a parting gift. I did mention this in my first review, but I love how unmoved Link is by the gesture. What a douche. I would make my way to Castletown now, but first I'm stopped by this dude, our old friend the Owl. Just like in Link's Awakening, he's going to pop in from time to time to tell me what to do and where to go next. He's a little bit annoying, but thankfully I don't have to deal with him for long. This is also the first time I get to see the really nice day and night circle in the game. Another series first. Not bad. I arrive in Castletown and decide to take a little look around first. There are people dancing, shopping, and some other people I can interact with, calling me Fairy Boy. I take offense to that. It's Mr. Fairy Boy, please thank you. There are also shops I can spend my hard-earned money in, and a really strange door. Actually, it's not that strange. Some people just don't want me to invade their home, breaking all their shit. I can also help out this lady by finding her missing dog. I'm such a great guy. With this dealt with, let's move on to Hyrule Castle. I have to sneak past the castle soldiers and eventually end up meeting the aforementioned Princess of Destiny, the title giving Princess Zelda. Charming. Zelda tells me that she had a dream about me, weird, and introduces us to the big bad guy of the game, the Gerudo King Ganondorf. He has evil eyes? Again, not racist at all. The princess tells me that Ganondorf wants to enter the Sacred Realm, the resting place of the Triforce, to use the Triforce to take over the world. I now have to collect 2 more Sacred Stones to open the Sacred Realm myself and get the Triforce before Ganondorf does. It's not like I have anything else to do, so okay. I also run into Zelda's nursemaid and bodyguard, Impa. She's kind enough to teach us a song on our ocarina, but that's no ordinary song. It's a magical song. NANI? The Sheikah also points me into the direction of the second Sacred Stone, Death Mountain. That place sounds inviting. I could go there now, but why don't I waste your and my time a bit more and explore Hyrule a little bit? Our first stop is the Lon Lon Ranch. Quite a peaceful place. I also make 2 new friends here. The little girl Marlon and your equine friend Epona. I also meet her dad Talon, who is in charge of the ranch, and he really loves chicken.
Nice.
He also offers me to play with his cocks. Alright dude, let's get this over with. I got a world to save. Jokes aside, this is just a minigame where you have to find his special cuckoos. This game can be easy if you throw all the chicken behind his desk before starting the minigame. Winning the game rewards you with a bottle of fresh milk. I wonder where that came from. I don't see any cows around here. That's the Lon Lon farm checked out. What else is there to do? Oh, we can drop by Lake Heal. There is not much to do here at this point, besides a little fishing minigame. It's alright if you are into that kind of stuff, I guess. That leaves us with Kakariko Village, Impa's hometown. Once again, I earn myself a bottle by helping this lady catching her cuckoos. There is also a spooky graveyard here. You can talk to the gravekeeper, Dampy, and he offers you to dig up some graves. 10 rupees per hole. Make of that whatever you want. You can also go on a little tomb raid, including zombies and all. Oh yes, these guys. Who here did not have nightmares as a kid because of them? And last but not least, I can start a little side quest series here. This soldier dude wants me to bring him a mask for his son. I get that mask from the Happy Mask salesman in Castle Town and start my career as a traveling salesman. Yeah, the mask is for your son, my ass. Next up, I have to sell the skull mask to this guy in the Lost Woods. Hey, that asshole didn't pay me properly. I better not see him again. This little kid in the Kakariko graveyard wants a spooky mask. Why not? And last but not least, this rabbit-obsessed dude wants our bunny hood. This is a fun little side quest, and once you sold all the masks, the Happy Mask salesman lends you his mask of truth. That thing looks practical. This mask can be used to talk to the so-called gossip stones. Okay, I've been wasting your time long enough. Let's carry on with the story. I make my way up Death Mountain and reach the hometown of the Gorons. Those giant rock-eating things are the guardian of the second sacred stone, the Goron Ruby. To get the ruby, I have to talk to the Goron's leader, Darunia. Ha! Another Link's Adventure Town. He doesn't want to talk to me though. Well, fuck you too then. What I have to do now is a little bit complicated. I have to go back to Kokiri village, make my way through the Lost Woods to talk to Saria again, and have her teach me a new song on my ocarina.
NANI?
Playing this song to Darunia lightens his mood a bit. Darunia tells us that the Gorons are starving since a big rock is blocking off the cavern they keep their food in. Oh come on dude, you live in a big fucking mountain. How difficult can it be to get some rocks around here? Anyways, he tells me that the evil Ganondorf sealed up their cavern to blackmail Darunia into giving him their sacred stone. If I want to get the Goron Ruby, I have to venture into the second dungeon of the game, Dodongo's Cavern. This is a pretty cool place. I get to blow shit up, fight lizard soldiers, and even get a neat bomb bag to blow shit up whenever I want. Once again, I have to figure out how to use the dungeon's item to defeat its boss, Dodongo in this case. He's not difficult either, like most of the bosses in the game. But this is a kid's game after all, so that's fine. For killing the infernal dinosaur, Darunia thanks me by gifting me the Goron Ruby and becoming my sworn brother. I barely escape a Goron gangbang, and now that I got the bombs, I can explore Death Mountain a little bit more. There is not much up there, but you can find the Great Fairy of Power here. She shoots sparkles out of her cooch. That's pretty cool. Using the bombs, I can also visit her sister at Hyrule Castle. She shoots sparkles from her boobies. That's pretty cool too. The next stop on my adventuresome quest is Zora's Domain. And surprise surprise, this is the home of the Zoras, a race of fish people sworn to protect Hyrule's water supply. I don't really know why I had to mention that. Maybe it's because that's pretty much all the game gives me to talk about. One fun activity here is to catch fish. And just look at Roo. He knows that that fish is going to painfully suffocate in that sealed bottle sooner or later. I'm getting sidetracked again, aren't I? Okay, let's move on. We learned that the princess of the Zora, Ruto, got eaten by the Zora's guardian, the great fish Jabu Jabu. The Zora's king is now asking us to save her. That doesn't sound too difficult, so let's go! Almost there. Any minute now. But how do I get inside Lord Jabu Jabu now? Well, that's where the fish comes into play. Okay, hang on a second. What's up with the dungeons in this game? First I had to enter the Deku tree through its mouth. Then I had to go through a giant dinosaur mouth in the Dodongo's Cavern. And now I'm being devoured by Jabu Jabu. This game has to be great for Vorophiles. Don't look that one up, trust me. Inside Jabu Jabu, I run into Princess Ruto. And she's kind of a bitch. Fish Tits wants us to find her special stone, the Zora Sapphire. We first have to defeat some big red slimy things to find Fish Tits' special stone. She gets kidnapped though, and I have to duke it out with this thing. To this day, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. With this boss dealt with, Lord Jabu Jabu is saved and Ruto gives us the Zora Sapphire, which also acts like some kind of engagement ring. Don't ask me, this game can be kinda weird sometimes. The only thing left to do now is to get to Hyrule's Temple of Time, open the door to the Sacred Realm and get the Triforce. On my way there, I run into Zelda and Impa escaping and run into Ganondorf myself. What a dick! I do get the title giving Ocarina of Time though, and manage to open the door to the secret realm. Wait, that's not the Triforce, that's the Master Sword. What's going on? I'm transported to the Temple of Light, where I'm greeted by this guy, Rauru. And here's a fun fact. That owl following us around, that's actually Rauru. All the times I played this game, and I didn't even know that up until now. You never stop learning new things. But back on track. Rauru explains that I majorly fucked up. Ganondorf used me to get into the Second Realm to get his grubby hands on the Triforce. He used the Triforce to become the King of Evil and spent the next 7 years turning Hyrule into a land of horrors. Wait, 7 years have passed? Oh shit! I'm grown up now! Our new friend tells me that I'm the hero of time, destined to defeat Ganondorf, and sends me on a quest to free 5 sages locked in temples all over Hyrule. That sounds like fun. Returning to Hyrule, I also run into this guy, Sheik. He basically tells me the same thing Rauru did and points me into the direction of the first temple, Kokiri Forest. It shouldn't be a problem to get there. Oh shit, zombies! Fuck this shit, I'll stay in the Temple of Light. Go find another hero of time.